Ever found yourself aimlessly scrolling through your phone when you should be working on that important project? Let's face it, we've all been there. In an age where distractions are merely a click away, it's easier than ever to lose focus. Social media, TV shows, even the latest viral cat video, all compete for our attention, drawing us away from our goals. But why does this happen? The culprit is dopamine, a chemical in our brain responsible for creating feelings of pleasure and reward. When we give in to these distractions, we're essentially feeding our brain a quick dose of dopamine. Over time, this can lead to a cycle where we constantly seek out these quick hits of pleasure, often at the expense of our long-term goals. What if there was a way to rewire your brain to resist these distractions? Stay tuned to find out. Welcome to the world of dopamine detox, a game changer for your productivity. Dopamine detox, or dopamine fasting as it's also known, is a modern method originally coined by Silicon Valley professionals. It's a technique designed to reset our brain's reward system and help us regain control over our focus, motivation, and ultimately, our success. Let's break it down. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter, a kind of messenger in our brain responsible for driving our desire to seek rewards. It's what makes us feel good when we eat a delicious meal, finish a workout, or scroll through social media. But in today's digital age, we're often overstimulated, leading to a constant craving for immediate gratification. Enter dopamine detox. It's all about consciously reducing the amount of dopamine-inducing activities in our lives, allowing us to break free from the cycle of distraction and instant reward. The result? More focus, more motivation, and a better chance at achieving our goals. Now that we know what dopamine detox is, let's dive into how it works. To understand how to control our distractions, we first need to understand how dopamine works in our brain. Dopamine, often dubbed as the feel-good neurotransmitter, is a chemical that transmits signals in the brain and other vital areas. It's primarily responsible for making us feel pleasure and reward. This isn't limited to just physical pleasures like enjoying a delicious meal or a good workout, but also extends to mental rewards such as finishing a challenging task or achieving a long-term goal. But here's the catch. Just as our bodies can become immune to a drug after prolonged exposure, our brains can also become desensitized to dopamine if it's overstimulated. This is where the concept of dopamine detox comes into play. Imagine your brain is a bustling city and dopamine is the currency. Now, if the city is flooded with too much currency, it loses its value. Similarly, when our brains are bombarded with high dopamine activities like incessant social media scrolling, binge-watching TV shows, or mindlessly browsing the internet, it starts to crave these easy, high dopamine hits and becomes less responsive to lower dopamine activities. This overstimulation can lead to a lack of motivation and focus, especially when it comes to tasks that don't provide an immediate dopamine hit, like working on a challenging project or learning a new skill. As a result, we may find ourselves procrastinating more and struggling to stay consistent in our efforts towards achieving our goals. So, if you're wondering why you're finding it hard to stick to your goals, or why you're constantly distracted, it's not a lack of discipline or willpower. It's your brain being overstimulated by high dopamine activities, making it harder for you to focus on the tasks that truly matter. With this understanding, we can now explore the steps to perform a dopamine detox. Performing a dopamine detox is simpler than you might think. The process can be broken down into 3 easy-to-follow steps: identifying distractions, limiting exposure to high dopamine activities, and replacing them with low dopamine activities. Step 1 is all about identifying distractions. It's time to take a good hard look at your daily routine. What activities are stealing your time and energy? These could be anything from excessive social media scrolling, binge-watching TV shows, to even indulging in too much sugary food. Remember, honesty is key in this step. Step 2 involves limiting exposure to these high dopamine activities. This doesn't mean you have to cut them out entirely, but it's about creating balance. Dopamine is a reward chemical, and when we're constantly providing it with high rewards, it becomes less sensitive to smaller ones. So if you're spending hours on social media, try reducing it to just 30 minutes a day. This step might be challenging at first, but with consistency it gets easier. The third and final step is to replace high dopamine activities with low dopamine ones. These are activities that may not give an immediate reward, but they're beneficial in the long run. Engaging in activities such as reading a book, meditating, or going for a walk in nature can help your brain recalibrate its dopamine sensitivity. It's about trading immediate gratification for long-term benefits. Remember, a dopamine detox is not about depriving yourself. It's about resetting your brain's reward system so it can appreciate the smaller things in life again. It's about gaining control over your actions and decisions, and not letting distractions steer you away from your goals. A dopamine detox is not a one-size-fits-all. What might work for some might not work for others. The key is to tailor it to your lifestyle, your habits, and your goals. By following these steps, you can reset your brain's dopamine levels and improve your focus and motivation. The road to success is paved with consistency and focus, and a dopamine detox could be your cheat code to unlocking this path. Let's recap what we've learned today about dopamine detox. We kicked off our discussion by relating to a common issue, the struggle to stay focused and consistent in a world full of distractions. From endless social media feeds to binge-worthy TV shows, we are constantly bombarded by stimuli that can send our dopamine levels on a wild roller coaster ride. Enter the concept of dopamine detox, a life hack for the modern-day entrepreneur, a way to break free from the clutches of these distractions and reclaim our focus. We delved into the science behind this concept, shedding light on how our brain's reward system works and how too much dopamine can lead to a constant need for stimulation, creating a cycle that's hard to break. We then walked you through the steps to perform a dopamine detox. This isn't about completely eliminating dopamine. That would be counterproductive, as it's a crucial neurotransmitter that drives our motivation and pleasure. Instead, it's about creating a balance, reducing the overstimulation, and resetting our brain's reward system. We discussed techniques like setting clear boundaries with technology, practicing mindfulness, and incorporating physical activity into your routine. We talked about the importance of slowly reintroducing stimulating activities and ensuring they align with your goals. The key takeaway is this: dopamine detox isn't a one-time fix, it's a lifestyle change. It's about making conscious decisions to avoid distractions that don't serve your goals. It's about understanding your brain's needs and working with them, not against them. By controlling your dopamine levels, you can reclaim your focus, stay motivated, and achieve your entrepreneurial goals. This is not a magic pill, but a tool that when used wisely can unlock untapped potential and productivity. Don't forget to comment your thoughts, like, subscribe to our channel, and share this video with someone who might need it. Thank you for watching, and remember, your brain is your most powerful tool. Use it wisely.